just because you hear something from one perspective, don't just, well, fuck it, just look into it.
Yeah.
Do a Meghan Markle, as I say.
But you would only know to do that and try and look for the other perspective if you've been burnt by your own perspective, saying something out of pocket that wasn't received well. Do you know what I mean?
That's actually really, really interesting, especially that first part of how you put it. You'd only, say that again, you'd only know if
I'm not going to repeat, I can't remember that.
Okay, it's really well worded. It's like, 100%. It's almost like, if you've made mistakes and you realise that, like, I've done and said things that I seriously regret, guys, obviously.
Yeah, it's like, the only reason why you say the word narcissist is because you have acted in a narcissistic way and you're just being aware of that. Self-aware of that. That's what it is. That's why when you say stuff like, oh yeah, it might be cliche to say, but because you know how overplayed the same kind of sentiments are. But what they are is actually a feeling. Do you know what I mean? And like these surface level feelings are what most of us feel, so that's what is portrayed on this social media thing.
And it's so interesting, like, the older you get, when you hear these cliche sayings, and then they make more sense the older you get. I was thinking about it today on the way here. I was like, oh man, I remember when I used to hear people say, to truly be at peace with life and to move forward in life is to understand that you'll never fully be at peace with life. That that if you are, that these moments are fleeting, this, that and the other. You have to take the good with the bad. And you're just like, fuck off, I want good. Shut up. Just shut the fuck up. And then you get older and bad things sort of happen and you do realise, like, I find a lot of beauty in the bad stuff at the moment. Not like in a sense of like, oh, I'm glad I did that.
Like you're chasing for bad experiences.
Absolutely. But, like that little experience we spoke about, mini cancellation, it's sort of stuff like, I was sat there thinking like, I'm actually learning quite a lot through this. This is giving me a real first-hand experience in a very minuscule but real way. Like, this is how things go. And I think like there was a genuine beauty to that. There was a sort of sat on the way here thinking like, and of course everything went wrong for me today. I woke up, saw that shit, and then everything else went wrong. Fucking trains were being long, this was being long, and I just sat there like, of course. You know what?
It's meant to happen this way.
Honestly, I was like, that's why when I got here and I was like, hey guys, I'm outside chilling. I'm just gonna have a little smoke, and because I was just like, right, you're here now. Okay, go in, chat to some guys. Let's see how this goes. But so
it's just that understanding that you can't control everything, and things are gonna happen. Things that you might not like are gonna happen. People might say things that you might not like. At the end of the day, you can't control it. Just.
You have to play the cards that you're dealt, innit?
Yeah, you have to play the cards that you're dealt and just like think, just use logic in it. Don't just act on impulse and all that.
But the thing is, we're taught to use logic. I'm taught to use impulse, not logic.
Yeah, definitely. Especially nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah. And obviously, we know that social media is like the thing that is like a catalyst to that. But like it's long with the process of unlearning. Everyone knows they have to do it. Everyone's heard people who say they have to do it. But some people get so tired of that sentiment where it's like hard work, hustle, blah, blah, blah. And then they start hating the people who say it the most. And that's why I think a lot of people hate Jordan Peterson, to be honest with you.
It's because he gives the harsh truth.
Yeah, most of the time.
Most of the time. I'm not going to say
but you have to say that about everyone, you can't agree with everything that anyone says.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's another thing we were talking about, I think, before we got on mic, was... what is that thing nowadays where it's like people have to agree with everything one person says? I said to you
because they're likable.
I said to you earlier, I was like, I fucking love my mum. My mum is a fucking G. That's why at the beginning, you say like, hey, you said you was a G, and then I sold her out immediately because I'm with the big boys now. Fuck you, man. But the point is, it's just like I love my mum. She's so amazing, and it's just like I'd take a fucking bullet for her. She's one of my biggest inspirations. Do I agree with everything this lady says? Hell no. I love her to death,
does?
But like,
who really does?
Exactly.
But why does everyone portray like they agree with everything their mum says?
And why does it have to be like that? Why can't you just be like, you know what? Like, if you and me didn't like, if any one of us just didn't like each other for whatever reason, right? Let's just say fundamentally, I was just like, you know what, mate? I'll fucking drive with these guys, and they're bell ends. Like, they are just so. Like, I would like to think that when all three of us left and we spoke to whoever about it, right?
Yeah.
They're like, how was that Tony thing? And you guys were like, to be fair, he was a real cunt. I got to be honest with you. He was just a twat. We didn't get on with him. But you know what? Like, he did make some sort of reasonable points, I feel, about this. And we did sort of, because you don't have to like me for you to go like, actually, that's sort of, I get that bit.
Yeah.
Like, and that's this new thing as well that I feel that's a bit, I sound like such an old man, but it's just like before, back in the day, and we still do it with certain people we like, but before, back in the day, you were just like, yeah, fucking listening to like it's out there, so I don't want to sound like a fucking, you know, snitching away or anything, but it's like, you'd be listening to like an Eminem song or something, and it just like talking about like actually punching Kim, and you're just like, yeah, and then